Welcome to our flipped classroom that the coronavirus has forced us into. I am going to try to present some of the lessons for you. Some of them I may use other people's YouTube videos. I also want you to feel free to contact me anytime. I gave you my cell phone number on the Google Classroom. I would like you to take a picture with your cell phone and send it to me to look over to make sure you're understanding the concept. We will discuss testing when we need to. For right now, I want you to learn this stuff. Show me that you're working at it. First thing I want to do is split this lesson into two parts. And I'm going to remind you how we used lattice multiplication to multiply something like 83 times 507. And if you remember, we made the box and we split that and put the diagonals in so it looked like lattice. I'm not very good at drawing, but here goes my 8, 3, 5, 0, 7. And 8 times 5 is 40, and I split that. Anything times 0 is 0. The 8 times the 7 is 56. And then we'll take the 3 times each. 3 times 5 is 15, times 0. I forgot this one. And 21. And then remember how we added the numbers in the diagonal. So the first one is a 1. And then these numbers totaled 8. These totaled 10. So here we have to carry like we learned in an elementary algorithm. And then this was 2, and then the 4 was by itself. So the product was 42,081. Okay, grab a calculator, check. I don't think I made a mistake, but I might have. Let's do one more before we move to the next thing. Okay, nobody's given me a number, so I'm going to do 1962 times 36. I'll tell you why someday, not today. Okay, start by making my box. Doesn't matter which way I put the bigger number, I just put it on the top. It's more convenient for me. Okay, my lattice. Don't be afraid to practice some of these. 1, 9, 6, 2, 3, 6. And 3 times 1 only makes 3, so I put in a 0, 3. 3 times the 9 is 27, times the 6 is 18, times the 2 is just 6. And then I take 6 times each, so it'd be 6 times 1. 6 times 9, I still think is 54. 6 times 6, 6 times 2, and now I'm going to add them. So the first one is 2, the next one is 13, carry 1. 9 plus 7 is 16, carry a 1. 9 and 11, oh, that came to 20. And 2 and 2 and 3 would be 7. So I do believe this comes to 70,632. So I urge you to try one of those, just to remind yourself. Maybe try one in this morning and one in the afternoon and one tomorrow morning, and it should be old school again. Okay. There's a method to my madness. This is a quick way to multiply when you don't have your phone for your calculator and you got to multiply quick and you want to just make sure you're doing it right. So practice a little bit. But when we start multiplying polynomials, there's a close relationship to what we just did and what we're going to be doing when we multiply polynomials. I'm going to come back to this activity. But when we multiply, there we go, a binomial with a polynomial. And I'm going to come back to those others, don't worry. But we can do this with a table that looks a lot like our lattice multiplication, but it's not going to be a lattice. It's going to be a table. So notice how I split my binomial 2x plus 3 into 2 parts, and my trinomial into 3 parts on my board. And now when I multiply, I'm just going to take the 2x times the 5x squared. Remember, when you multiply like bases, you add exponents. You have one of them here and two more here, so that means x is used as a factor 3 times. Be careful with your signs. So that became negative 8x squared. This would be 14x. Now taking times 3, that's pretty simple. So that would be 15x squared, negative 12x, and 21. Okay, notice how this is so closely related to the lattice multiplication now. The like terms are at diagonals if you went from the highest degree down. And that's one of the reasons we had to do descending degree of your variable's exponents. So this is going to become 10x cubed plus, because now I'm going to combine these two, plus 7x squared. I'm going to add these two. Okay, I want a different color. And that's going to be plus 2x, and then the 21. Okay, we're going to come back to that. We'll do another one similar to it, but let's start over. Okay, so when we multiply polynomials, some people really like the visual. Okay, if we have 2x plus 3, and this way we have x and 5, take a look at what that would make with the tiles. Here we'd have x squared and x squared for 2x squared. Here we'd have one x, another x, a third x, and here we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and another 5. So we're going to have a total of 15x. And in the corner, when we multiply these two, that's going to be plus 15. Okay, I added that wrong. That's 13x. Okay. So some people really like the visual for a while, and later they don't like the visual. Okay, so if you want to do the visual, this is what would be. These blocks here are 1 by x, 1 by x, 1 by x, and then these are just 1 units each. So that's how come there's 15 little squares that are 1 by 1. This would be an x by x, so it wasn't very uniform. But what we're going to find out is we could also do this same problem vertically, or with the table, and eventually horizontally. Okay, so if we take this 2x plus 3 times x plus 5, think back to the algorithm you learned in elementary school. You're going to take the 5 times each of those things. So we're going to have the 15, and we're going to have the 10x. Right there it is. You see it? Here's 5x twice. That's your 10x. Here is your 15 units right there. Okay, now when you take the x times each, you're going to have the x times the 3 for 3x, and the x times the 2x. And again, remember your rules for exponents. Multiply like bases, add your exponents. And remember, when you add like terms means same variable, same exponent. So you have 2x squared, 13x, and 15. So what you just saw is multiplying by a table. Actually, that's with the algebra tiles. Table isn't a lot different. Multiplying vertically, and let's look at the table real quick. So if we did 2x and 3x and 5, it's going to be those same products that we saw, 10x and 15, that we saw over here, and you're going to get the same thing when you add your like terms. This case, they were both positive. Everything was a positive, so we didn't have to worry about any negatives. If it's a monomial with a polynomial, simply use your distributive property. That should be old school, Be careful of your signs. It might be beneficial to use the Nick-Larson rule where you add the opposite. So that'd be a negative 15x. Negative times negative is positive. Okay? When it's a more complicated monomial, remember, multiply like bases, you add your exponents. 3 times 5 is 15. X cubed and x would be x to the 4th. Y and y squared is y cubed. And continue. So it'd be 21. X used as a factor 4 times. Y used as a factor twice. Minus 12. X cubed. Y squared. So there's using your distributive property. Okay. Let's take a look at this one again. Never hurts to see the same problem twice. Okay. Let's do the vertical, and then let's use the table. So the vertical, does not matter which one's on top. So I got 5x squared minus 4x plus 7. If you're like me, you always did the bigger number on the top in that algorithm. Okay. Take 3 times everything. That's a positive 21, a negative 12x, a positive 15x squared. Okay. 2x times the 7 is going to be 14x. I'm going to put that under my 12x. That's positive. 2x times the negative 4x would be negative 8x squared. I'm going to put that under my other x squared term. 2x times 5x squared would be 10x cubed. And now I can add my terms, and they're lined up. It's going to be fairly quick, fairly easy. Just be careful of your signs. Don't ignore them. And I was able to multiply that. Okay. Once more with the table. Okay. I'm going to have to write it a little bit smaller, but we can do it. 2x, 3, 5x squared minus 4x plus 7. And I'm going to be fairly quick. I'm going to multiply the 2x with each of them. 10x cubed, negative 8x squared, positive 14x, 15x squared, negative 12x, 21. Now my lattice multiplication concept here would be 21. This would be positive 2x. I got to put that positive there too. These two would make it positive 7x squared, and my 10x cubed is alone. So I was able to multiply. Notice the answers are exactly the same. Some people like the vertical, some people like the table. You can't say one is better than the other. I'm trying to teach you so that you can choose which way makes more sense to you. Okay, here's another one we could practice. I'll do it real quick, and then I will probably pick up with examples like this on the next video. Okay, here's my 2a plus 3, a squared, positive 3a, negative 4. I wouldn't have needed the positive there. Okay, so 2a cubed, 6a squared, negative 8a, 3a squared, 9a, negative 12. And now I can do my diagonals. There's my negative 12, positive 1a. The 1 is not required. 9a squared, that's positive, and 2a cubed. And there's my product. With the vertical, and I have just about that much time. Okay, take everything times the 3, and you're going to see those same products that we just had. Now times the 2a, so that would be negative 8a. I'm putting it under the positive 9a. 6a squared, 2a cubed, and it will add to be the exact same thing. 2a cubed plus 9a squared plus 1a minus 12. See another example soon.